Andy's in Gatwick. Andy, what made you pick up the phone?
I'd just like to say, James, I'd love another referendum, basically.
Go on.
To, to give myself and maybe other people like me who voted to leave, which I now know sort of false pretences and was sort of taken in by all the false rhetoric, really.
And I mean, again, I find myself reaching backwards now to say it wasn't all false rhetoric. Some of it seemed plausible. Some of it, I get, as you know, Andy, I'm such a snowflake. I get a bit sensitive when I sense people are beating themselves up. There was so much effort and money put into persuading you, and law breaking put into persuading you to do what you did, that you shouldn't feel bad about it. Why a referendum rather than an election? Why would that be more desirable to you?
Because, well, I just personally think if there was another referendum, it would go the other way this time. Because I'm a taxi driver and I pick a lot of people up.
Yes.
And a lot of people voted to leave, like myself,
yes,
you know, for similar sort of reasons. And now sort of the complexities of it have come out over the last 3 years, and I'm more aware of what it's about, sort of. I still struggle, it still does my head in.
You and me both, Andy.
But what done it for me as well yesterday was that neurologist guy phoned up and Jacob Rees-Mogg just totally insulted him on the road. I don't know, it just made me feel really bad.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? If you've lined up behind Rees-Mogg and then you suddenly see what he really is, what he really represents, it takes a bit of honesty, a bit of courage to admit that you'd been mugged, that you'd fallen for it. And a general election wouldn't allow you to have clarity on this specific question. Because I don't like the way that Brexit has broken down along left, right or party lines. I think that's a misrepresentation. I think there's people of every hue who would vote differently in a referendum from how they would in a general election. So it would be a more honest question. Do you still want to leave, or do you want to... Because the only way in which you're going to leave is with no deal. Do you want that, or do you want just to go back to as we were and get on with the business of ideally stopping sending cretins to Brussels and sending decent candidates and decent politicians instead?
Yes.
There you go. And Andy is my man. That's my finger licked, finger in the air. All I've got to do is find one person who's changed their mind, and the rhetoric of will of the people and 17.4 million becomes ridiculous. But I'm being rational.